Alright guys, we're back in another episode and this is going to be a good one. You see the top coins? That's more than 100,000. Progress is finally here. So now with this, I can actually have a full level 14 deck. And not just do I have a full level 14 deck, I've got a full level 14 deck that actually has a little bit of cycle in it. So I think that maybe, possibly, hopefully, I can actually do something on ladder now. I said I was probably going to run another day of playing ladder without the level 14 Inferno Tower, actually, but apparently yesterday I had my first day of classes, and one of my classes had a 6-item checklist and an hour-long video to watch before the first day of class started, so that took up pretty much my entire morning, and then when I got back from class, it was, like, close to 8. A bit after 8, actually. My class ends at 7:15, it's a 20-minute walk. Anyway. Really glad to have level 14 Inferno Tower. The Inferno Tower's damage doesn't really matter the level, but the Inferno Tower's health certainly does matter the level, so, it's probably going to make a big difference, or at least in certain matchups. Musketeer P.E.K.K.A. immediately says mid-ladder, because there are no Musketeer P.E.K.K.A. decks. Like, there might have been one Musketeer P.E.K.K.A. deck that was, like, P.E.K.K.A. Minor Cycle forever ago, but that's even before me. I was never around when P.E.K.K.A. and Minor Cycle were both, played in that kind of variant. Ow, I probably should have Inferno Towered that. He's played 2 cards since his, 3 cards since his P.E.K.K.A., so I think I let this go from it. 4 cards since his P.E.K.K.A., but that was stupid aggressive, so I'm going in again. Okay, I was waiting to see what he's going to play for my Hog, if I should Valk high or Valk low. If he played something that I wouldn't want to count my Valk, I'd play it low, but since he played a Lumberjack, which does die to Valk, then I can play it high. I actually ignore the rest of this Valk since this is my high health lane. Lumberjack, Dark Prince, P.E.K.K.A. Fireball, Musketeer, Ram Rider. Killing the P.E.K.K.A. is going to be a problem when I don't have my Inferno Tower, so I'm probably going to have to protect my Inferno Towers. This is actually going to come out to be a pretty good showcase of how the Inferno Tower's health buff, increase from having a higher level is going to make a big difference, because the Ram Rider will probably stay on the Inferno Tower a while longer, the Fireball won't kill it so quickly. That's gross, alright. Ow. Yeah, okay, the Inferno Tower would survive, like, at least a tick longer if it had, another level there. Alright, well, it looks like I'm kind of alive. You can see here the reason why it's just straight up better to have Tesla instead of Inferno Tower. I still have to spend an extra 2 elixir on this to not lose the rest of my tower here. And you can get away with that because I overcommit on defense. That one I can't really punish all that much, but I am still going to go for a Hog Firecracker because I do need damage. I'm just going to be sad that it's not going to be much. I think that I Lightning Log this, because Lightning Log is not fireballable, and I need my Inferno Tower for his P.E.K.K.A. And by some magic I'm back in almost neutral damage, which is kind of crazy. I'm assuming that, okay, never mind. I was going to say that he was probably going to P.E.K.K.A. the back, but he decides to march the back instead. I'm going to actually Hog Firecracker into this. Reason for that being is that, wait, can I activate King Tower off this much? I think I can. I don't think I played that on the right tile. Yeah, I didn't play that right. Alright, that's my fault. Log Valk. And he's got Zap. He's got Ego Zap. We should have been playing that way sooner. Alright. I've got another Inferno Tower, so I can play this. Spirit first that doesn't charge on my Inferno Tower. Kind of crazy to go for the Fireball, especially when he's going into lightning range, so that's just game there. I'm actually going to take a look at the replay here and take a look at why I took damage from that Ram Rider that he played, the first one, because I was able to defend the rest of the Ram Rider, so I'm guessing it was an actual mistake that cost me that Ram Rider damage. And I've never actually shown this on camera, so I'll just go through the replay on camera here. I play 4, he plays 7, I'm down 3. More like down 2 since he waited a second before playing that. I mean, I'm up 3. Because, oh, so then I'm up 4, because, okay, never mind. Anyway, I play my Inferno Tower, so now I'm down 1. And, we're back to neutral again. I don't have my Inferno Tower in hand. He has 1 card off of his Valk. His Ram Rider. He leaks an elixir before playing anything. I play my Musketeers. My Logs, so I'm still down 2. And then, what do? I Valk the back. I guess that's a pretty solid play. He's probably going to Fireball this, right? Or does he Ram Rider? I think he Ram Riders. He Ram Riders. And then I should have Lightning, actually. Alright, so I played the Spirit Gobs, and the problem with that was that the Spirit reset the Musketeer onto the Goblins. If the Musketeer stayed on the the Valk, then I would have kept the DPS on the board. And if the DPS was still on the board, then it actually would have been enough to kill the Ram Rider there. But so I had to play the Spirit and the Goblins both behind the Valkyrie, but the Valkyrie didn't walk high enough up because of the Ram Rider snare, so I should have just committed to the Lightning and not played Spirit Gobs there. Still learning. For all the time I've been playing this game, and I'm still learning. Well, level 14 Princess and level 15 King Tower means that this guy doesn't really know what he's doing, because, once again, if you get level 15 King Tower, instantly, first thing you do, always level up your Princess Tower. It even gives you the wild cards you need to do for it. And since it's technically free to apply wild cards, you just always do that. Lumberjack, I don't remember if that was an Evo Lumberjack. I think that was, so that's going to be tough later. I might hog with this. If I was playing a normal deck, I would hog with this, but I do not know what kind of deck he is playing. Seeing the Witch is a little bit annoying because I don't have my Valk in hand for it anymore, and I don't have my Lightning for it either. And he has that. That's just great. Alright, I think that I hog, and then I'll E-Spirit for the next wave of Skellies, and then log after. That should full counter. Very nice. And I don't really have much for this at all. I played that extremely late so that the Mini P.E.K.K.A. pulls long before the Valk does, so at least the Swarm can stop the Valk for a little while. I'm gonna take a lot of Lumberjack damage here. That's just unfortunate. I kind of got starting handed. I shouldn't have played the Hog because, I don't know. I was in an awkward hand. I needed to have a better cycle for his Witch, and since I was in a bad cycle after the Witch, then I kind of committed that cycle into stone by playing my win condition. So, yeah. After being unlucky starting hand with the Witch, I should have just committed to defense. So I'm not going to play a Hog here, even though theoretically I should play a Hog. I'm going to commit to defense and probably take a little bit more damage because I'm not going on any offense here, but just because I need to make sure that I can fix my cycle right now. I still don't have my Lightning for his Witch, but I do at least have my Valk this time, so I guess I'm okay with that. I don't know what I'm going to do for his Lumberjack, though. Also, Double Dragon, Valk, Mini P.E.K.K.A. Witch, Lumberjack is kind of crazy. And arrows, so that's 7 of his 8 cards already. If I had to guess, his last card's going to be a Mega Knight. Anyway, I'm finally happy with my cycle, so I'm going to go for Hog Firecracker here. Alright, I can Inferno Tower everything here. The Inferno Tower will pretty much just clean up shop. Fireball is his last card. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because he's got no win condition, which means that I can literally just sit back and Fireball Cycle, but I can't literally just sit back and Fireball Cycle because I'm down so much damage anymore. I'm down so much damage now, and he'll probably kill me before I can kill him with the Lightnings, because the Fireballs actually do quite a bit of damage. I think that actually, for some reason, they made it so that Fireball does more damage per elixir than almost every other spell in the game. They've been tweaking those spells around a lot over the years, and it just so happens to be that right now, Fireball is one of the most efficient ones. There's his Witch. I do actually have my Lightning in hand for his Witch now, which is quite nice. But I think I'm not going to Lightning his Witch. I'll play anti-Fireball Inferno placement, so he can't Fireball the Inferno on my low side tower. He decides to Fireball nothing. I mean, not nothing, but just the tower, which is kind of crazy considering, you know, I'm just going to win the game in this next hand. He couldn't afford to be down to 4 elixir like that, because I've got this. I think he just knows it's over. Yeah. I haven't actually noticed the Inferno Tower level up very much, but I was winning last episode, so at least I'm continuing to win. If I had to guess, actually, one of the reasons why it was so easy to fix my cycle in that last game was because I'm playing the E-Spirit. I think the E-Spirit is just a huge difference maker over the delivery. Just cycle. Cycle was really good. That's why everybody plays it. I got a hit. That does get a hit because the Firecracker misses. That's crazy. Alright. I think that I Firecracker log Valk, or just Firecracker Valk. Just Firecracker Valk. Okay. And once again, this is why Tesla is better than Inferno Tower. I had enough elixir to play a Tesla there. I did not have enough elixir to play an Inferno Tower, so I eat a third of my tower, actually half of my tower first play. Alright, unfortunate. Hog, Mega Knight, Log, Bomber, Firecracker. 5 of his 8 cards so far. He's back to his Mega Knight. Can't Spirit the Bridge. I mean, I can Spirit the Bridge, but it's just a waste of elixir. Unironically, I am going to Spirit the Bridge. It's kind of odd to be doing, but I want to keep my cycle of order going. I'm going to hog opposite of this because I'd like to get my King Tower off of his Firecracker, so I want to bait him to play extra elixir opposite lane. I've seen that he has... How did I get out cycled so bad? Jeez. Alright. Perfect log timing to take one less hog shot than I could have, but that's still way more damage than I should be taking given these circumstances. I should have spirited that too. Okay, I got lucky with the firecracker. Sometimes the firecracker operates on second hit time even though it's a first hit, and she did that there. If she was operating on first hit time, then she would have gotten the shot through my firecracker to my tower. Also, Tesla Mega Knight. Don't love to see it at all. Tesla Mega Knight, Bomber Firecracker, Hog Log. Wizard. 7 of his 8 cards so far. Hasn't shown me a big spell, so I am going to Lightning this. He hasn't told me that I can't commit to the spell cycle, so I'm going to spell cycle while I can. Log does like 40 damage or something like that. Minuscule. Oh, he's got Mini Peck as his last card, so yeah, I can literally just sit back and spell cycle for the rest of this game. He's got no big spell, and the small spells do absurdly inefficient tower damage. I think I hog with this. Very interesting Mega Knight. Very interesting Firecracker. I'm hoping this chains. It does not chain. Alright. He's probably going to hog with this sometime soon, so I'm going to pre-valk. Yeah. If I had Skelly's Knight, I actually could have cycled around to my Inferno Tower. And if I had one extra level 15 card there, I would have taken no hog shot, which is quite unfortunate. I'm going to hover Lightning because he's probably going to Tesla this. I believe I outcycled his, and he plays anti-Lightning Tesla. That's annoying. Alright. But I outcycled his Mega Knight, so I knew that he had to Tesla that, but he just played it in a good tile. Interesting Firecracker. I gotta play my cycle cards because he's actually got a relatively fast cycle. I can't just leave things alone and get outcycled here. He's back to his Mega Knight now, not back to his Tesla, so I think I hog with this. Interesting Wizard. That's 5 whole elixir of not defense. He's back to his Tesla? Guy actually has like a fast cycle, like unironically. That's crazy. I'm not letting him kill my Firecracker because he doesn't have any good spells for it. I want him to Mega Knight it. He's wizarding? That's crazy. Alright, that's a lot of the damage that I needed. That's fine. I'm finally getting it too. He doesn't have a big spell, so I can just set up an Inferno Tower for his Mini P.E.K.K.A? No? Okay, fell. Gobs. It would be smart of him to pre-log those Gobs, because that's literally the only card that I can play on that Mini P.E.K.K.A, so that would have been a moment that he could have pre-logged, so I played them on a rather different tile and kind of low, so even if he did pre-log, it wouldn't have been too bad for me. I'm still down 800, which is a big problem. I'm going to hog. He's probably back to his Tesla. I'm not going to Lightning it if he plays it here. Oh, I actually could Lightning this here. I don't think that gets a hit, though, because King Tower. Yeah, okay, if that was one level higher, it does get a hit, but unfortunately not. Alright. Firecracker, Valkai, Log. I don't need the Log, actually. I probably do need Spirit Gobs. I'm going to hog early here. Oh, very nice, actually. The Spirit hits the Firecracker instead, so I managed to get some damage out of that. And he overcommits with the Tesla, so I can actually Lightning this. Alright, Inferno Tower, Gobs. He's probably in a Firecracker. Valkai. Keep the Firecracker off of my Inferno Tower. You can see that the Inferno Tower stayed alive for one extra hog shot there. That is a product of levels. If the Inferno Tower was one level lower, it wouldn't have worked out that way. Actually, Lightninging not his Tesla is working out to be kind of bad for me because since I didn't Lightning his Tesla, it's staying on the map for forever. Alright, Mega Knight knocks my Valk away. I can Gobs distract this. The Inferno Tower I was kind of hoping was going to retarget onto the Firecracker, but it did not. It's looking like I'm just going to have to sit back and full defend for the next 10 seconds. Actually, no. As soon as I say that, I have a good offensive cycle, so I'm going to go for it, especially considering he just wasted his Mega Knight. I think that's game now. Very good. I took a lot of damage in the start because my deck just isn't that great, but as the game progressed on, the fact that it's Control just bailed me out. Control is absurdly good against mid-laner, which is why I play this structure of deck. 4-star? No? Okay. Actually, the rare cards are still welcome, because I'm going to have to level up EQ at some point. I still have no idea what this is. Like, where did this come? I'm just going to delete this, honestly. What? What? Okay. That's a normal deck. This is a deck that I actually play. I have no idea what Mega Knight Lumberloon and Mega Knight Mini P.E.K.K.A Witch Loon are. Alright, so anyway, this is probably the deck that I'm working towards at the end, and so since I'm going to need to level up one more rare, which is the EQ, then I'm going to still be using the rare cards, and we are actually winning games, which is really nice to see. I'm hoping that sometime soon we're going to be able to hit 15,000 trophies, so that I can start moving on to the leagues, because the leagues are going to be where a lot of elite wild cards are. Anyway, here, Unironically, I'm going to do a cut here and do the math to figure out which one of these is the most worth striking, so I can figure out which one to do. Because, like, I want to make sure that I get the most elite wild cards out of this as possible. Alright, the most value here is the 346 common snowballs. So, you get 20 elite cards per epic. You get... Wait. Is it 20? You get 5 per rare, and you get 1 per common. So, 20 cards per epic would be 180 elite wild cards if I got the cannon cart strike to something I need. The 48 furnaces would be, like, times 5, 200 something. And then, I think 240. And then the snowballs is just more than 240 and more than 180, so the snowballs is what I strike. Also, yeah, like, so that. You see there, I struck to 346 deliveries. Since delivery is already maxed out, it becomes elite wildcards, and that's the best elite wildcards that I could have hoped for here. And now, since that's already done, well, actually just absurdly lucky, I'm going to start striking the next best one. Well, I didn't get any more, so I guess that's it. But 346 is still better than nothing. We're actually making progress. We're only 10 games off of, wait, no, you get like 300 trophies per win? Let me do the math. Wait, am I 5 games off? That seems wrong. Let me check how much I get for the next win. Maybe, I doubt that it's, right, because you get 150 per win. 150, so it's 10 games off. Yeah, I was right the first time. Okay. 10 games seems like a much more reasonable number. Still kind of a short arena, actually. Most arenas are longer than 10 games. Hover Firecracker, see if he plays anything. Nothing. Nothing worth Firecrackering anyway. Lumberjack walks up fast enough that the Firecracker died before getting enough damage to be worth it, so, I'll play like this. Hoping the Spirit chains. It did not chain. If it chained, I didn't take the damage there. That's my fault. I've just played the Micro bad. I should have played my Spirit on this tile instead. That's a lot of damage to be playing off of a tile misplacement, actually. Do I lightning that? I don't think I lightning that. I will cycle my Firecracker first, because I want these gobs to be helping me get to my next Firecracker, because odds are very high this guy's got a spell for Firecracker. Like that. So now that, if I played my Firecracker second, then I would be 4 cards off the Firecracker right now, but since I played it first, I'm only 3 cards off the Firecracker right now. 2 cards off Firecracker, Valk after, 1 card off Firecracker, and you can see that it's in the offhand. Anyway, since I got the Valk down, I can go for a Hog Firecracker. Interesting Lumberjack. I can kind of go for the... Oh, he's trying to tower trade. Interesting decision. I'm going to log this last minute. Keep the ram charge off my tower. Very unfortunate that the -1 level barbarian... I mean, the -1 level gobs get one-tapped by the barbarians, but as a cycle player, I pretty much just always get the better end of tower trade deals. I kind of have to ignore that E-Wiz, though, because I'm down a lot of Elixir right now, and if I don't ignore the E-Wiz, I'm going to be down way too much to survive the next cycle. Plus, it only really cost me 300 damage, since this was my high health lane anyway, or at least was my high health lane. Since he's down to lightning range, I can just start hogging for the opposite side. I don't want to take the tower too early. I know that I can guarantee take it, so I'm not too concerned on that front. I just want to not give him King Tower too early, because King Tower will cost me like 1 hog shot per cycle. I'm actually really glad that he played the Marcher that way, because if he played the Marcher on my Inferno Tower, I'd be having big unhappy right now. I believe just a Spirit is enough to keep this Peck off my Inferno Tower. I should also log this, and also gobs this, just in case. It's an Evo, you can't be too certain. I really wish I had a reset of some sort right now, but I guess this will just have to do. It's an inefficient cycle, so he's probably going to get some good P.E.K.K.A value in a second here. I'm not going to hog on offense, because I don't need to do any offense right now. I just need to survive. No P.E.K.K.A in front? What is that? Okay. Odd decision-making. I'll just take the lightning here. It's good value, and I'll get around to a second lightning before the end of the game. Okay. Log Valk. I've got my building in hand, so I'm not concerned about the ram. I am concerned a little bit that the ram might bypass. It did not bypass. Alright. Well, that's game now. I can just get the lightning value and it's over. Alrighty. Oh, right. I completely forgot to keep track of how many trophies I got in that last win, so I still don't actually know if it's 10 or 9 games off or something. Nothing? Bats. Bats E-Drag? There are no existent decks in the game that play Bats E-Drag, so immediately I know this is mid-ladder, which is great for me. Interesting decision. I really wish I had my lightning right now. I really wish I had my lightning right now. I had to lightning this. I had to lightning this. At least I get King Tower off of it. I'm actually kind of happy with that. Log, I take a bit of damage. Not the end of the world, though, especially because he just gives me 3 elixir like that. Love to see that much. I'm going to be hogging opposite lane, even though I did get 1 hit there. Hog, Bats, not Hog. Mini P.E.K.K.A. Bats, E-Drag, Firecracker, E-Golem, Rage. 6 of his 8 cards so far. He's back to his E-Drag and his Bats. He has E-Drag, Bats, and 2 cards I haven't seen in hand right now. I'm going to go for another Hog Firecracker, because he's probably going to play his E-Drag or his Bats, or at least something I can Firecracker. Mega Knight! I suppose I should have expected Mini P.E.K.K.A. Mega Knight. That's just the way that these people play. I don't have to do anything about those Bats. They just go into the tower. I don't know how I'm supposed to play this. I think I'm going to Mega Knight jump and then Valk. I could have Valked alone, or I could have played the Spirit first. I don't know, because I'm playing 1 elixir to conserve my Valk health, so he has to do something about this Valk on the counter push. If I didn't play the Spirit, then he doesn't have to do anything about the Valk on the counter push. Lightning value off my screen right now. Still gotta play something on the Valk. No, he doesn't play anything on the Valk. So I'm down a lot of elixir, and he's gonna try and kill me for it. I'm going to not Inferno Tower here. If I Inferno Tower, I'm dead to the Mini P.E.K.K.A. It's looking like he doesn't really have anything for my Firecracker either way. And that Firecracker actually just walks straight into the my Firecracker Evo chips, so I get off scot-free. I realistically should have taken the Firecracker shot there, but Evo's bailed me out. However, Lightning, he's probably gonna E-Drag again. Or Mega Knight. Mega Knight. Alright. That's actually already lightning range, which is kind of absurd. That's just, wow, that's crazy. But, anyway. Evo Firecracker doing Evo things. That's not Evo Firecracker specifically being overpowered, that's just Evos being overpowered. I can't go below 6 elixir here, because I need to have enough elixir to lightning his E-Drag the instant he plays it. If I don't have enough elixir to instantly lightning his E-Drag, I'm dead. So I play my Hog on 10 there. Mini P.E.K.K.A. I pre-set up an Inferno Tower. I saw that his last 2 cards are Firecracker and Ice Whiz, I think. So I'm confident enough in setting up an Inferno Tower because he shouldn't have a big spell for it. Alright, this works out. Very nice. This is actually kind of a trash matchup for him. He doesn't really have any good way of lightning blocking, and he also just doesn't have any good ways of killing my defensive Firecracker. So, realistically, I shouldn't have taken really any damage there. I just didn't have the greatest deck in the world. If I was playing with Skelly's Tesla, it probably would have been extremely clean defense. Notice there, it allowed me to skip the champion animation. Isn't that so nice? They added that recently, where if you get a champion card that's not out of a chest, or a legendary card that's not out of a chest, you can spam tap to get straight through it. Also Duchess. Duchess is a very interesting card. I've already explained before how you beat it. You just play passive and single time and then start spamming non-stop forever and double and triple time, because in double and triple time you actually have enough elixir to just non-stop go through the Duchess, so she never gets her ammo back. I would like it if this Firecracker actually lives. Boss ban at the bridge. What a Blair. Alright. I get my King Tower up. And the Firecracker goes down, which is pretty much everything I could have asked for in this cycle. If we smart heal ability again, annoying that he's competent. I'm going to have to Firecracker this because the Inferno Tower will not full counter. I actually couldn't tell if the Inferno Tower was going to full counter that. If it was 1 level higher, it was certainly going to full counter, but with the way things are, I couldn't trust that. It takes 1 Firecracker shot, but it doesn't really matter all that much because I'm not going to be able to do anything really impactful until double time. That's impactful though. Good lightning value. So he's got Duchess, Firecracker, Lumberjack, Witch. 4 of his 8 cards so far. It feels like he's played more than 4 cards because the boss bandit forces out so many cards of mine. Mega Knight, 5 of his 8 cards. He's back to his Lumberjack right now. Lumberjack and 3 cards I haven't seen before what he has in hand. You notice that sometimes I say what they have in hand, and then I completely stop later in the match. That is me losing focus and not being able to count anymore. I pulled the barbs far to the side, so it's not going to distract the Inferno Tower, and very nice. Everything's dead. So one of the 3 cards that he had in hand that I hadn't seen yet was Barbs, and since he played the Barbs, now he's got Lumberjack, Boss Bandit, and 2 cards I haven't seen yet. Now he's got... I'm completely lost. That doesn't pull? Oh, right, because Gobs actually have like a delayed spawn formation, so if you play them on the optimal tile on this side, in this lane, it actually doesn't work as well. You have to play them specifically on an unoptimal tile for the left lane, and an optimal tile for the right lane, which is kind of gross. Oh, but Firecracker actually survived that. Anyway, I still can't really do much. I'm gonna hog... very tentatively expecting to not get any damage here because it's Duchess. But once I finally get a counter push going, that's when I'm going to have enough elixir to actually do things. Arrows. Okay, I would have liked to know that sooner. I've got my next Firecracker because Cycle is overpowered, and the Inferno Tower is on the Mega Knight, so I guess I live this cycle. Anyway, I finally got the stuff going. That's nice to see. Though I think that he actually gets away with this. So, the way that the deck is working out is actually kind of forcing him to play well. So what he was supposed to do there was he was supposed to sack a bit of damage in order to get enough elixir to make it so I can't spam anymore. And just because of the fact that his cards are so extremely heavy, it was physically impossible for him to not sack damage. King Tower's helping me out with those skillies on my tower. I think I E-Spirit this if he just decides to ability. Very nice. Lightning the Witch. I'm not going to get any offense going because I'm spending so much elixir on lightning me this Witch, but I can't break through the Witch anyway, so I might as well just commit to defense after this. Plus I'm up damage, so I don't need to play much unit-based offense. Yeah, I was expecting the Horde. I'll pull this high. I'm going to have to eat a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Alright. I haven't mentioned this in a couple episodes, but yet again, if they have something that can snipe your Inferno Tower, they're probably going to try and snipe your Inferno Tower a lot. Inferno Tower first, Valk after. I want Inferno Tower first because I can get my next Inferno Tower in hand for his next Mega Knight. And the Rage actually makes the boss kind of dash faster, so I might actually be taking a bunch of damage in this cycle. But he doesn't play a second ability. I think that I was expecting the second ability because I was instinctually expecting that he was going to have it back faster because of the Rage, but Rage does not actually affect abilities. There's the Horde again. Oh, this is actually a problem because the Mega Knight's outside of range now, and I can't allow him to pre-arrows this Firecracker. He did not get the pre-arrows down, I'm alive. I'm not alive? What's going on? Alright. I guess I Firecracker log question mark? Jeez, the Rage went crazy on that. Alright. Wait, that doesn't pull back? Okay. I'm taking a lot of damage here. How is he managing to get the... Okay, because he's got level 15 cards. I suppose I should have expected that. This is really bad. I'm in a bad cycle because he's playing cards at the bridge and he's got Boss Bandit. And double Evo. I need a Firecracker shot and a Hog shot. I don't get the Hog shot because levels. Unfortunate. So, I played my Firecracker on things that weren't his Horde. I should have saved my Firecracker more. I should have either saved my Firecracker more or had a faster cycle. I'm playing like the cycle deck, but it doesn't have a fast enough cycle to be really cycle. Like, you notice the 3.4, that's almost as heavy as Graveyard. Yeah, I don't really got much for that. I think I just needed to have a different tech build. Unfortunate. I can actually spirit the bridge here. I think I will, because at some point he's going to get his King Tower activated. I might as well get some damage in return for it. He messes it up too. Alright. Lightning. So he's got Witch as one of his 8 cards so far. I'm thinking about how I would have won that matchup if I had Mighty Miner. Because I think that was a tough matchup even if I did have the good deck, just because of the fact that Horde is actually an absurdly good card right now. Because the minions buff was so strong that all minions-based cards are just really good. This might be log bait, so I'm going to hover a Valk for his barrel, just in case. Never mind. I think I take damage there. Yeah, I do. That's unfortunate. I played that really bad. I should have played Gobs too, but I didn't want to play the Gobs because they would have spawned funny and it would have been really inefficient. I would have lost my entire Gobs, gotten no offense for 2 elixir. Blech. Heroes, Valk, Gang, Bats. I've seen another card, but I don't remember what it is. Tesla. I'll get a Tesla out of hand again. I don't know if it's an Evo Tesla. If it is an Evo Tesla, this is actually a mistake. It's not an Evo Tesla, so I guess I'm fine. If it's an Evo Tesla, it was a mistake because I don't want to be giving him his Evo cycles. Also notice that the Hog can get an extra shot on that Tesla. That gets an extra shot if it's equal level. Also, he fireballs my... Oh, Witch. Witch is a card that I've seen. Witch, Fireball, Bats, Gang... Fireball, Arrows. Bats, Gang, Witch, Valk. Okay, I've seen 6 of his 8. Tesla, maybe 7 of his 8? Fireball, arrows, witch, Valk, gang, bats, Tesla. 7 of his 8. I'm gonna play this outside of fireball range, make him fireball on defense. Never mind, he's got arrows too. Alright, so I don't really get any firecracker value for the rest of this match, which is very fun. Also, Evo Valk apparently, so I don't get through even in this cycle, even though he made a very bad mistake by arrowsing that firecracker. He should have waited and then arrows the offensive push I was about to go for because he was down elixir, but he decided to just arrows early. I'm gonna straight up lightning that. I don't care if he has witch because I've got Valk. Alright. I'm actually gonna spirit the bridge. I get a little bit of damage for that, and I have to cycle my spirit anyway, so I might as well. Very nice. Mini P.E.K.K.A, interesting. That's his last card. He's got no win condition in this entire deck. The lack of delivery is actually kind of being noticeable here. Like, I would have won the last game and probably had a much easier time in this game if I had delivery. I don't know why, but my instincts were telling me I had King Tower up, but I did not have King Tower up, so I actually almost took a shot from that Mini P.E.K.K.A there. I'm going to Firecracker the bridge here because I know that he's going to have to play something for this. It wasn't really impressive because I could have just reacted to that instead of playing a prediction, but I don't know. I played it because I felt like it. Log, Valk. I have my lightning in case he witches. Very interesting Mini P.E.K.K.A. That doesn't get pulled by the Valk. Alright, I have to Firecracker Gob this. Smart pre-fireball, he knows that I have to play something late. The Evo Firecracker bails me out. Alright. He doesn't have his Evo Valk in hand right now. He does have to arrows this, but if he arrows it, he doesn't have enough elixir to play his Tesla, so it looks like this is pretty much game over from here. He took too much damage in that cycle. He doesn't really have enough to come back anymore. I will Firecracker. I don't really care about giving him the fireball value, because if he takes the negative trade, then I can take the negative trade. Very good. 2 lightnings off, or 1 hog shot, 1 lightning, or 1 firecracker chip, 1 lightning. It all works out. I'm hoping that he gave up, because he hasn't been playing anything, and I'm never mind. Okay. Either way, this is probably game over here, because as soon as I get the lightning down, it's going to be a bunch of never mind, Evo. Well, I actually can't even lightning that witch right now, because I went too aggressive into the Evo. I have to spirit and then gobs after. Interesting Evo Witch the bridge. I just get Valk on that. I can also Firecracker this. I'm going to Firecracker really close so that even if he does arrows or Fireball, I get my Firecracker shot soon enough. Alright, that's game. So I guess in the minions meta, Firecracker literally just isn't enough unless I'm playing the champion cycle. Also, I said champion cycle and minions, but like I am talking about the previous game. I'm not just like randomly talking about minions from that game. It's already been 7 games, which felt like it went by really quick for some reason today. We had, at least we ended on a win, though I kind of feel like playing another. So I think I'm going to play this variant of the deck, which is the variant that I'm working towards. I don't know why, I just feel like playing another one. EQ is kind of a disgusting card. You can just play it whenever you want. You know arrows in the tower, right? You can arrows the tower for no reason. You can EQ the tower for no reason. Except EQ does like 2/3 of a fireball, so it's like just kind of gross. Firecracker is garbage against Furnace, so I'm gonna have to Tesla this because the Firecracker misses all of the spirits. The spirits connect to the Firecracker herself, and she loses the 1v1 to the front. And he's got nonsense. All right, I probably lose this game because he's got all of that. I think that I Mighty Miner like this, wait for the gobs to lock on, and then Skelly's afterwards. The machine locks on from that range. That's wild. Okay. I'm gonna take a lot of damage here. So the thing with Hog is that, the whole thing is that you're supposed to be able to, please tell me that gets King Tower. Oh, okay, that's great. Okay, now that I have King Tower, I can actually rest easy for this matchup. Anyway, the whole thing with Hog Rider is that it's supposed to be really inefficient to ignore a Hog Rider, but he ignored the Hog Rider and got away with it. Partially because he has King Tower, but even still, you're not supposed to be able to ignore a Hog Rider. And it's just the fact that his cards are so extremely good that playing them at the bridge in a row is enough to actually outdo a Hog Rider. Anyway, this entire deck premise is just get 20,000 Firecrackers down. So that's what I'm going to be doing this matchup. I want to protect this. I know that I just said Firecracker is garbage in the Furnace, and I gave him the opportunity to Furnace my Firecracker. I don't know. I need to get my Firecracker cycles in, because next time he plays... what a player. The next time he plays... Also, he's got Vines, which is great. If he Vines my Firecracker, he has nothing for the Mighty Miner, so I'm alive this defense at the very least. Prince, too. What a player. Alright, everything is dead here. If he finds the firecracker, I just skellies. I'm also gonna hog, because that was really aggressive. Yeah, you can see here he has only 2 elixir to spend on my hog. Or at least, yeah, it does have actually more than 2 elixir, but I think that I can ignore this, so I'm happy with it. Up 500 now. I'm not going to EQ nothing this cycle because, right, the King Tower doesn't help out with that. That's kind of awkward. Anyway, I'm not going to EQ because I think I need the elixir. I'm going to start with a Mighty Miner in the back and then start cycling my 20 billion firecrackers. I'll hog in front of this one, try and make it awkward for him to counter that. Hopefully he vines. Just rage. He gained enough elixir off that I had to take tower here, but I actually do take tower, so I guess I'm fine with this. I'll actually Mighty Miner swap lanes. That'll help out a bit. I want him to vines that Mighty Miner. He vines just the firecracker? Okay. Yeah, this guy's trash, so that's game. Very nice to see. I will just EQ this. It's only 3 elixir, I can get away with it. So, yeah, we beat a really good deck. He was kind of horrific at video games, and he should never pick up another deck, and he should just quit, because I hate people who play this kind of deck, because it is the pinnacle of not skill. But, yeah, this is completely like a not positive note to end the video on. I don't know. Firecracker's overpowered, and that's why I won. She's overpowered in some circumstances and not overpowered in others. Sure, let's call it at that. I made progress. I'm gonna hopefully record another video tomorrow, if not tomorrow, day after that. Because I've got this weekend with no classes. I even got Friday off, because it's the Friday's review day and there's nothing to review yet. So, yeah. See you guys next time.